Hi, hello. Welcome to this video. I'm very excited about it. It's a what's in my bag video. I was not on YouTube when these were like peak and they're like coming back and I love watching them. So this is my bag and I want to tell you what's in it. So this is what I am currently using right now. It's just a Longchamp. I think it has a certain name. This is size medium. My aunt found it at Nordstrom Racks for me. Isn't that exciting? Yes, I'm excited. So we'll start with like the outside of it all. I have this little smishky like keychain. And then here I have this keychain that I got from Hell's Cat. It just says tough luck and it's the number 13 because the number 13 is my favorite number in the whole wide world. I was also born on the 13th, so I'm biased. I just have a Halloween ribbon that I really liked. Felt it went well with lime green. And then I made myself a lunar knot of sorts. I am in the Chinese zodiac a horse. I looked it up because my first experience with the Lunar New Year was actually first grade. We learned all about it and the dragons and the color red as like a unit at school. We made paper mache like the lion or dragon's head. It was very fun. So, but I believe I am a metal horse. Yeah. And so if you didn't know, when it's your year, like your zodiac, it's supposed to be a really tough year for you. And last time it was the year of the horse, I was 24. And I remember it being kind of like a rough year, feeling lost all over the place. However, I did get into grad school that year. So, and then before that, if I was 24, then I would have been 12. And I don't really recall my 12th birthday. It was a year after 9/11. That's on the outside. Now for the inside. This is my second Longchamp that I own. I own a red one that is that's the size large, and I got it back in 2017. So it only had one pocket, and that pocket was the one that's in the front right here. And that's it. That's all you got. But this one now, they're adding more pockets every day to them, and isn't that exciting? I think so. So let's get on in here. In the back pocket, we have Kleenexes, because you never know when you're going to need one to blow your nose. I have a Baggu bag, small. This is the Keith Haring print with the dancing people. Lime green, baby. I also have a liner and a tampon, because I do have a uterus. I have my Hobonichi weeks for just... Sometimes I have my grocery list in here. Sometimes I just need to know like what's going on and what my plans are. In this one, keep the content I make, where I am filming, editing, uploading my content, and also any ideas. We just have that. Gotta always have a planner. I'm a planner girly. Then I have this notebook. That's from when I ordered my Hobonichis in 2024. I bought them off of the actual Japanese website. And when you do that, you get a notebook and a pen. And well, this year I did not, because the tariffs are horrendous. And it really upsets me as someone who really enjoys international goodies. The horrors that, among other things, that have happened. So we got this, and I use this as of recently, really, for my actual grocery list, because I put my grocery list everywhere else, and then I'm taking pictures, and that doesn't help because then you can't really cross it out unless you're going to go in and edit it. So I was like, why don't I just put it in the actual notebook that I bring? So that just lives there. Also for any notes, any thoughts that I don't want to put in my weeks, I can put there and then rip out the page and put it wherever it needs to be. Got my sunglasses in the Baggu sunglass case. I have these sunglasses from Anthropology that my aunt got me. I love them. They're polarized. They're the IC polarization. I have just free floating amber fragrance oil, because I love the way amber smells. I really do. I love it. And all of the perfume that I own always has like a base note of amber. So sometimes I don't want to spray my perfume, and so I just roll that on. Then we have this little plastic case in here. We have a pen for my notebook and my planner, obviously. We have this lip balm and just the clear, courtesy of my little sister. She put me onto that. I love it so much. I have cuticle oil from Olive and June. This is a Tower 28 like rescue spray. However, that's not what's in this container. It's the generic CVS Walgreens version of it that I just keep in here because it's a great little spray bottle. I have corded headphones that do in fact have an adapter because I will not be buying another set of Apple headphones. You took away my jack, I'm going to keep finding cheapy little adapters, babes, because I will be using and have been using wired headphones since they came with the phones. Oop. Then we have this little retro, what should have been Altoid Sours, but they don't make them anymore. And this is, I guess, the dupe or whoever bought the pattern or whatever. I don't really know. But inside here is not mints. It's in fact, well, that's an alcohol pad. Hair supplies. And here is the alcohol pad, a lens wipe, hair supplies, and a blister pad that I use for blisters and or acne. Because I'm not buying the $1 million acne patches. Then I have these eye drops that I use for when my eyes are really tired due to fatigue or just allergies. And then I do keep a mask on hand. These are the KF94s. Preferably my mask of choice, KF94s. I do not mask all of the time. However, I do mask in highly populated areas. So I like concerts or really crowded mass transit. Or if there's a lot of sniffling and coughing, boop, don't play. And for airports, I wear one in an airport. So I always have that with me. Then I have, I guess, what is considered my catch-all. And in here, we've got my wheel lock, because I live in a city where they'll take your whole, all 4 tires, rims and all, off your car and put you on bricks. So that stays with me. Well, does that help? I don't know, but it makes me feel better. Because I am a millennial in my 30s, I have Tums. Because tummy problems are not rampant. I would say indigestion and heartburn really come at you in your 30s. You're like, whoa, buds, where you been? Can you leave? And it doesn't. Advil, but the generic is inside. I paid one time for the bottle, and that's it. In this little diptyque pouch, which would carry the solid perfume for the diptyque fragrance that I use, is quarters and pennies. I have quarters because you never know when you're going to need to fill up your tire. If you can catch one, like a refill station at a gas station. But also, I was walking around Austin. And we went into this, like a tourist center, I guess, for Austin. And they had one of those machines where you put the quarters in and you put your penny. And then it molds the penny into a souvenir penny. And I was so excited, but nobody had a penny. So now I carry pennies also in here, just in case I want a souvenir. We have this hand sanitizer that's refillable. Ready? Oh, hold on. There we go. You take this little clear part out and then you refill it. And I love it because it's so skinty and so compact that you just toss it in. And it smells like what? Eucalyptus, if you can't see. So, got that at Central Market. In here, we got another lens wipe. You can never have too many of those with sunglasses. And everyone that I care about wears glasses. So, gotta be prepared for them. We've got Half Price Books keeps giving me coupons. But this is good until December 2026 for 10% off. So we got those. We have a punch card for this coffee shop in Austin. It's inside Tomo magazines. And I was going to use this for scrapbooking, but I was like, well, that magazine shop is cool. I should keep it and then get a punch card. We have my Barnes & Noble gift card, my Metro card, because I do, in fact, use mass transit occasionally. And then, lo and behold, you don't need to see, but, you know, everything that's in a credit card, everything that's in a wallet, credit cards, driver's license. In here's got my Costco card because I am, in fact, 30. And then because I am also in my 30s, I still keep cash on me. So I have a chunk of ones. Sometimes they're 5, sometimes it's a solid 20. But I do keep cash on me. Because I feel like I was raised to always have cash on me. You always have your cash, you always have your ID. Those are 2 things. And you never leave home without clean underwear. Anybody else? His mom used to say that to them. And that's everything that I carry in my Longchamp, in my bag that I currently run around town with. So I hope you guys enjoy. And if you didn't, live your best life. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!